Ukrainian tankers are working on enemy positions with ping-pong accuracy, and this is the moment of one of the assaults. After the assault, Ukrainian servicemen gather at the training ground. There they check the work of equipment and again train their combat skills. Specific tasks have been prepared for tankers at the training ground. Crews for this are formed from both experienced servicemen and beginners.
The obstacle course is made from what we have. This is a knee, a mine passage, then a figure 8, a narrow passage, and another loop and 2 stops. Slope stop and uphill stop. And we improve the skills of young mechanics, because we have limited time, and they will soon go to combat, and so that they have better skills, we conduct such classes.
According to the instructors, in this way they are prepared for real combat operations.
I take into account the time, the distance they cover, then how well they pass obstacles. And senior mechanics drivers from each division also ride with them, and then they are told what mistakes they made along the way.
Mykola is practicing aerial reconnaissance skills here. His task on the battlefield is to correct the movement of units with the help of a drone and transmit data to the command.
In the tank, the guys see everything very badly. When you watch it from above, they can be coordinated better. Usually commanders do it, we give a picture. And of course we try to fly around the area where the tanks will work, so that we can show you before the departure. There you can see the terrain, who is standing and where, because when you look at the map and look at the video, these are completely different things, so this is very useful in my opinion.
Aerial reconnaissance is one of the first to see the results of the work of military personnel during hostilities, both successful and not.
For example, I saw one assault on a landing where our tank knocked out all the machine gun nests, and it was much easier for the infantry to enter there because the tank worked well on this landing, and it also worked well thanks to the fact that it was well corrected. That is, they adjusted it in which planting to put it in, and it already discovered everything there and destroyed everything.
Julian is a driver. He is responsible for the serviceability of equipment and the delivery of the crew to the place of hostilities. He was assigned to T-64, an old Soviet model, but if the driver has the skills to maneuver, such a tank can also cope with the tasks. Julian was in 2 rotations in the Bakhmut direction and participated in the deoccupation of Kherson. There he was injured.
A shrapnel flew into the leg. Then we left for landing. It seems that everything should have been safe. All got out, sat on the armor and smoked. The first parish, it turns out, was to my left. Thrown on the armor, I didn't even notice at first that it was wounded. The second parish is already closer to me. Our entire crew was wounded there. The gunner was shell-shocked. The commander was wounded, thank God alive. I climbed into the tank to take everyone out, and only then noticed that the seat was wet. I ran my hand. I look red. I ripped off the tourniquet, pulled my leg, and went to the evacuation. I was in a state of shock, a little stunned, a little lost, but UPIC had already come for me and evacuated us, and so they are alive. The commander returned to us after treatment.
Julian is from the Vinnytsia region. He's been at war for a little over a year now. He says that since the beginning of the full-scale invasion his brother went to the front, and in the summer of last year they called him. Now the brothers serve in the Donetsk region and their father keeps the defense in the neighboring Kharkiv region.
In general, I had nothing to do with such equipment. I didn't have a car or a motorcycle. That is, I didn't work with iron. I'm more like that to computers, to phones. Well, nothing. Everything is being studied. Necessary. I had to study.
Julian says the most difficult thing is to work in unfamiliar terrain, where there are many enemy ambushes, but aerial reconnaissance helps his crew to avoid them. The serviceman is confident in the victory of Ukraine and he sees the motivation of the Ukrainian army to defend their native land. Reported by Serhiy Kulias, Anastasiia Volkova, UATV News.